Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Echoes of Kosmos. When last we left off, was it 2 weeks ago? Yes, last week we were not here. 2 weeks ago, we had an emergency landing at the Windy City, a floating city eternally at 12,000 feet, riding the clouds. Although, are they really? Well, I guess they are clouds. They're just not water vapor. They're dust and carcinogens. Either way.
It's like being over. It's like being over San Francisco.
Or just in San Francisco in the mornings. But like all the time. So, we're going to start with a flashback, actually. Yeah, okay. Hello, Imam. You are working in you're probably working in your study or wherever you are in the academy. This is probably your first full year at the academy on Khalid Station in the Nash.
Yeah, on the House of Wisdom, or as it's also known to the other Kith, Dark Sight 3.
Ah, interesting. I like it. Well, your room is well appointed, if it is a little sparse. Well maintained, clean swept floors, walls that are decorated with, shall we say, Academy approved artwork, and a small desk, a bed, a dresser, things like that. This desk is probably situated in front of the small porthole with a view of the Nash. You're not sure which you would prefer. Maybe actually, which does Imam prefer? Does Imam like to look at the Nash, or like probably some of his classmates don't really like looking at it? Would prefer there not to be a window there at all?
I feel, and it's something that we'll probably get into when we flash back forward, but the Nash is almost calming to Imam because it's his version of normal. There is nowhere on Ceres, because there is no ground, it's a gas giant, there is nowhere that you can escape the storms. There's always the flash of lightning, there's always the howl of the wind. And he likes the window enough because the flashes of lightning, the sound of these gem storms, because fun fact, on places like Jupiter, it rains solid emeralds.
Do you guys sell those?
Oh yeah, that's probably what a lot of these stations were set up as, was basically giant fishing trowels to go through the atmosphere collecting these heavy particulates.
I like that.
But
well, okay. So you
like
the
rare
like
bit of sunlight that filters through. Yeah. It feels like natural. It's the natural world to him. This is the planet he grew up on.
Good. Because as you're studying at your desk, the door opens and Mirage enters. Now, you do a far better job at saying things in Mirage's tone of voice than I would. But Mirage says that she has a late birthday present to you from your parents. Now, you tell me, is this normal? Because, I mean, on one hand, there are people that, parents have never missed a birthday, and on the other, We don't do that.
I think it's also a very embarrassing thing because I imagine that this dorm floor is relatively occupied. I imagine that any dorm space in these sky cities is fairly populated. It's like an apartment complex, just
and
even tighter.
and Mirage having not no sense of social aptitude, but clearly lacking in this moment.
Just swings in and goes, "Hello, sweetie. I come with a late birthday present for you." As any embarrassed teenager, like Imam has turned in his office chair, sat up so quick it's tilted back, and he's like, "Shh, shh, 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 shh."
There are a
Like
couple of
putting
go
his
ahead.
hand over where the mouth is on her display screen, as
Even
if
though
that would help at all.
oh, that's great. You do get some odd looks. Now, tell me, how rare or common of a piece of machinery is Mirage?
Nanny bots are probably not uncommon, but not wholly common.
Are they a little bit of a status symbol then?
They're probably more of a sign that your parents aren't doing that great of a job.
Okay, so they're not something that the rich can afford. It's something that is used as a crutch. I see.
And it's also probably more strange that Mirage still follows him around and even has a mobile body. They're probably more like Alexas for most
Mm,
people. They stay
that's
in your family's dorm.
that's interesting. So, okay, so maybe what the conversation we had had about um Imam's social life earlier with the former captain isn't as out of left field as it may seem.
And he is dragging Mirage into this room as she is like continuing to embarrass him, talking to him like almost like Mirage is his mother, his nanny, and he is dragging Mirage in by like thankful that she is on wheels and that she can't lock down those she didn't lock down her wheels.
Ah, well, you've safely sequestered yourself away from the prying eyes of your classmen and women. Classmates, there's the word. Um, and
Hands it
Mirage has
like
this
face in
gift.
his hands is like, Mirage, just come inside and shut the door next time, please. I'm sorry to embarrass you, sweetie, but some things are just so exciting that they can't be shut down.
Oh,
I have that birthday message for you. Would you like to hear it?
oh, it's a gift.
Oh yeah, GIF.
Yes.
Did it come with a message? Like a
Yeah.
pre-recorded message?
Yes, just a short pre-recorded message. Uh, it'll say something along the lines of, hey son, happy birthday. Sorry this is late. We got held up in a dig outside of insert vassal planet. And, we found something you might enjoy.
Imam
And go ahead.
looks... He doesn't look happy. He's good at masking it, but there's still disappointment there. Because it's one of those, they say they'll be there every year, and it's always late, and they're never there.
Oh, my heart. Yeah, and Mirage does Mirage's best, her best. Probably this year, even though your parents didn't get you a gift on time, day of, Mirage probably took some of her own allowance, I'm assuming she has, to help you out, and went and bought you something and said it was from your parents. You knew it was a lie, but
Oh yeah, Mirage, being a virtual intelligence, probably like she's not sentient. She can't make true free will decisions,
No.
but based on the algorithms that created her pseudo personality, probably did something like badgered the commissariat into making a special meal for him at lunch.
Hey, there you go.
Basically, like, I'm going to continue pestering you until you fit these dietary recommendations.
Fine, fine. Oh
And
my god.
and
Go
one of those
away.
I'm a virtual intelligence, so I can send requests so many times that I am basically zip bombing you.
What? No, we wouldn't do that. But
Mirage is not against using her inhuman abilities as a virtual intelligence to do things like, yes, I am capable of making 1.3 million requests per half second.
why didn't you just say 2.6 million per second, Mirage?
I find that humans react better to smaller numbers.
Ah, this. Uh, then why didn't you just say 260,000 per millisecond?
Milliseconds are hard for the human mind to conceptualize.
Come on, I'm doing all this math in my head. Give me some credit.
That is impressive. She
I don't
plays a
even know
small
if that's
jingle
right.
for you.
But
But yeah,
this
she'll
is
open
a
up her interior compartment.
yeah, and this gift is it's a small packet. You're not. It's not a box. Whatever this was, it's clearly been wrapped in brown paper and has been tied up with twine.
Oh, he'll pull it out from inside her compartment and then start untying it.
You open it, and it takes you a second to kind of process what you're looking at here. It's very clearly old technology, but it's no longer functional. Very definitely. The decades have worn on it. You see that it used to be what seems to be some sort of lost tech data shard. These super old we would call them thumb drives. They still have their use in this universe, but they were probably even more important back then. You've studied them in your history classes. This one has definitely seen better days. The protective coating put on the outside of it has been damaged and has flaked away with the years. The internal traces, you've seen several of them, are damaged. For all intents and purposes, this is a deceased data shard.
He probably sits back and looks at it, thumbs it over. I assume it has some sort of like retractability like a thumb drive does.
Yeah. Yep. And it's definitely from, well, it's older than 300 years old. Definitely. It's made with materials that are no longer producible by today's mechanics.
So this is a pre-long night artifact.
Uh-huh. Yes, sir.
I wonder if there's anything on it. Like, he's talking to Mirage as if Mirage is a person.
I'm
as
not
she's
sure.
probably wheeling over to her recharge alcove.
Right. At the very least, I don't know. On the scale of 1 to 10, where does this rank on the yearly list of apology birthday presents?
It's a nice one. It's higher up on the list because it's definitely something that it'll take a long time for him to tinker with.
Great. You're looking it over,
Posted some stuff in
and
the Discord for more of Mirage, the
I did.
inspiration for her.
That's cool. Sentinel mode. That looks scary. But you're looking it over, and it starts to filter in through your dream before it snaps you to reality. You are in your officers. You are in your quarters now, the captain's quarters, or maybe you chose to go back to your own quarters. I don't know. That's either way. You hear, "Good morning, crew. Welcome to another beautiful day. As you can clearly hear, I've repaired the internal communication servers just in time for morning announcements. It is currently a foggy 10C outside with visibility down to 1/4 mile. Life is always exciting when you live in the clouds. So today's breakfast consists of the finest leftover emergency rations such as cheese and veggie omelet, veggie burger, tuna chunks and lemon pepper, country captain chicken, and the ever-popular fingers of death, beef frankfurters. Now, I will be incognito out in the port today if anyone needs me, and today we'll conclude with a special showing of the entire horror movie collection inside the ship's archives. That'll be starting at 7 p.m., running until I fall asleep approximately around 4 a.m. Have a ship-tastic day."
Man, this guy really came on and went,
Good morning, students. It's another beautiful day.
Yeah,
hopefully
you
he
gotta
doesn't
hand
try
it to
kill us as
Dakir.
much.
What's that?
Hopefully he doesn't try to kill us as much as Monokuma.
No, but no, I can't answer that for you. You have to hand it to Dakir. He has a motor that just won't quit, even though you wish he would put that energy to more useful endeavors. By the way, Dux, this wakes you up as well. This has been broadcast through the entire ship.
Yeah. I guess Dux is like, chicken. He's already like, yeah, all right. And so she's good.
Full disclosure, I had to go up and look the top 10 worst MREs, according to veterans, and this is a collection of 5 of them.
That's great.
The vomlet is very well known, the veggie omelet, but I had not heard of the veggie burger, probably because it got phased out about 15 years before I was born, or maybe 10 years before I was born. But apparently the nickname for the veggie burger is, the cardboard special.
I think hearing the vomlet specifically, Imam rubs at his face as he sits up and just goes, "I hate this Kitsulane slop."
Just another incentive to get an actual chef again, right?
Yeah.
Tuna chunks and lemon pepper.
Yeah, that's not.
And so from what I understand, country captain chicken is similar to, it's
See, I hear it, and I like to think that Country Captain is like a brand among the kith.
Okay.
Like Country Captain Chicken is like a terrible, terrible fast food brand.
MRE Jesus does have a video on the 2004 kids in Iraq were eating this. Country Captain Chicken, yep. Sorry, MRE Jesus. MRE Steve, 1989. YouTube channel that he eats MREs and reviews them.
And there's always a joke where he eats one and then it goes a little bit of time before an upload and someone goes, "Did this one finally get him?"
I could have sworn the Boer War emergency rations would have got him, but he survived that. Yes,
Yeah.
he did eat 125-year-old emergency rations.
Do you know that a lot of Russian rations to this day have meat that was packaged by Kroger in the 40s?
It wouldn't surprise me. Lead poisoning was not a very well thought about thing at the time, so
Yeah.
Oh, it's just funny to me that it's Kroger.
Okay, I found a quick review for the captain with the country chicken. Yeah, country captain chicken. It's essentially a chicken curry. The chicken patty is reformed meat and has the texture of perished rubber, but the curry sauce is nice.
Perish rubber.
Now, yes, the beef frankfurters, I guess, were colloquially known as the fingers of death because they were dried, shriveled up, dehydrated sausages, basically.
I imagine they're also not. A lot of these meat products are not the actual meat that they say. I imagine the fish is. But even amongst, like, Kitsulain, who make a lot of the All-Kith's food, they probably don't have the space to do a lot of meat farming.
Oh, probably not. It's all synthetic.
It's either synthetic or it's made from, like, fish or some kind of insect that they have found a way to make taste like something else, or it's a vegetable substitute.
That makes a lot of sense. You can farm fungus actually fairly efficiently with given space. It also, they don't require a ton of sunlight. They like dark places with a lot of moisture.
There's a little lore tidbit here for Kitsulain. They are the largest of the All-Kith by population. They maintain a large ring of interconnected sky cities known as Hive Cluster Prime. They are master tradesmen and diplomats, maintaining close ties with the other major kith, and produce much of the planet's food supply, which keeps them well-liked and politically necessary.
Politically necessary. I love that.
They are led by Sasulain Rajamar Joy.
I love it. Yes, you will have to send me this right up. Now, I opened the floor to the two of you. That was the only structured stuff I had this morning. Your crew members at some point will probably message you what their plans are for today if you don't seek them out. So it's up to you guys what you plan on doing. I can remind you what happened last week after landing was you were met by a city administrator. Quintus Aurelius, one of the keepers, a part of the official name for the group is the Everlasting Vigil.
Mm-hmm.
But the keepers, colloquially, just because that's what I had been calling them for a while, did come probably the night before, grab bodies, do last rites, and basically had mentioned, hey, if you head to Everlasting Vigil HQ on the other side of the port, you can collect your bounty.
Yeah.
That was also a place that had been pointed out as a place for grabbing jobs or work, potentially. Other things that have been pointed out for the port, there's a bar, there's all sorts of odds and ends for toiletries, clothing, electronics, engineering. There's a shipbuilding yard here, ship repair yard as well. And then all sorts of little odds and ends. There's a whole market that's sprung up on this side of the port. So, really up to you guys.
I think what Imam wants to do first is go to the bridge and see if the ship has received any communications overnight.
Oh, and you do have to make that call on the Ansible, don't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably. Actually, that would be the first. That would be the first order of business: is going to the Ansible and calling home.
Let's see, and remind me the name of the Sakith.
Sakhalid Solomon Brave.
Let's see. Solomon Brave. All right. Okay, I've got that down just so I don't forget. What is Dux doing? You were so kindly woken up by Dakir's morning message.
Yeah. So she sought out the Captain Chicken and is regretting it, but she's already.
Does Dux agree that the curry's pretty good though?
The curry's fine. It's just the weird not chicken.
It is very gelatinous. MREs, no matter the world over, no matter what nation makes them, goes in this order of priorities. First, it's got to be cheap. Second, it's got to hit a long-ass shelf life. Third,
Calorie dense.
it's got to actually feed your people. And way down the list there somewhere is taste. It's not the bottom of the list, because at some point, if your soldiers are stealing from the civilian population instead of eating their MREs, that defeats the purpose of the MREs, right?
Right. Yeah,
So-
texture's at the bottom, not the taste.
True.
Oh.
Texture is, yeah.
Ugh. As a texture eater, I'm appalled.
Right.
I am fairly certain the military could turn all rations into a paste if they thought they could get away with it.
Yeah.
Paste and crackers.
I'm sure if they could, they'd make it a pill.
True.
A
Yeah.
single pill that gives you your daily required calories and nutrition, and that's it.
But we talk about Goodberry in the fantasy setting like it's a cool thing.
Yeah, I think you'd eventually snap having to eat Goodberry every day.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, but Dux, you've yes, by the way, the galley is a fucking mess. It looks like rats have gotten in. Not like, little animal rats. Even little animal, like little fuzzy rats. They tend not to eat MREs because, well, it's barely fit for human consumption. It's certainly not fit for rat consumption. I'm talking like the bigger two-legged rats that come in when things aren't under direct observation and root around in things. Yes, the MREs that were mentioned have been laid out on the table. Conspicuously, looking at the MRE boxes, all of the good menus have vanished.
Probably being given to Stevie.
What? No. Why? Who would do such a thing?
Eat the dog.
Oh.
If he's ever accused of it, he's gonna try and blame Stevie. Stevie, you didn't go into the galley at 3 this morning and take all of the good rations and hide the spaghetti and meatballs under the bed. I mean, the chili mac under the bed. No, never mind. But, yes, okay. You've had breakfast. What is your plan for the morning? Are you two planning on venturing out together or separate? if you venture out at all.
I feel like she doesn't really need to be present for the call that's gonna. Well, maybe though. I mean,
You can always hang around the bridge if you want while it happens.
yeah, I feel like
I
she
think
puts.
specifically the call, Imam wants to have private.
Right.
Yeah,
But
no, that's
yeah, I was
fine.
just gonna say you can hang around on the bridge and see what Hassana's up to.
Yeah, I'll probably do that because yeah, she wants to go probably with Iman later to try to collect the bounty thing and see what they're looking at. But she'd wait
Gotcha.
for the call to be over.
Okay. Alrighty. So let's get that out of the way first. The bridge is empty, but you have managed to reestablish connection with Saurus via the Ansible, and you are able to put a call through. It rings a couple times before it is picked up by a page of Kith Khalid, who very quickly realizes that he is not speaking with the captain.
And yeah, Imam delivers the terrible news that they were attacked, the captain is dead, and that he needs to speak to Sa Solomon immediately.
It takes probably 10 minutes on hold, basically, before you see Sa Solomon step in front of the frame of this little holographic projector. Now, have you ever actually met Sa Solomon in person?
Always while being accompanied by Rachel, so his mother.
Okay, so he would know you as Rachel's son, not necessarily as. Okay.
And as probably a night courser errant.
Right. He was probably a part of that ceremony on some level, because I'm sure there was a ceremony for you achieving that.
Yeah.
But he steps in front of the frame. He is, unless you have a description in mind, I can provide one.
Sa Solomon is he's probably in his mid-50s. Darker skin, graying hair that he keeps in a tight beard mustache combo and short hair. Looks very world-worn in the sense of he has these deep-set wrinkles, crow's feet around his mouth and his eyes. Gives off a very stern and serious demeanor just from his resting facial expressions. But within his dark eyes, you can tell that he is a very wise man. And a very kind man, despite all of this.
Khalid Imam Khan.
And immediately, Imam is kneeling as is tradition. It's like, my Saketh.
Please stand. I understand you are the acting captain of the Kinjar Khalid as of current moment.
He stands and nods and glances away with a deep breath. The mission has gone very wrong, beyond just the attack. We managed to find the memory core, but it is attached itself to an outsider.
Attached to itself? Please explain.
It's some sort of lost tech that I don't understand, but...
Understood. Not to worry, we have resources here that we can use to crack a nut like that. Now, Let's speak plainly. How many of your crew are left? I understand. I see the registry here. There were 200 of you.
And he's quiet for a long moment, both because of this sheer loss of life, as well as how poorly it reflects on what should have been a fairly simple in-and-out grab mission. Another deep sigh. Solomon, it is myself, Hasana, and Dakir are the only two other remaining crew members.
A 98.5% loss rate. This is troubling.
Beyond that, the Hinjar Khalid was damaged nearly beyond repair. These cultists, my Sakith,
This is the first I'm hearing of it.
we were attacked by mercenaries who call themselves Olm's Pistols. The captain seemed to believe that they are cultists dedicated to the Dark Planet in some way. Solomon, may I speak plainly?
He seems distracted as you say these things, but he nods. Permission granted.
There was information on the captain's final will that I think needs to be presented to the Alkith.
What information?
Olm's Pistols aren't going to stop targeting Kith vessels. They knew precisely where to hit us. Their insurgent teams were disabling our scuttling charges. They wanted to take the vessel.
He lets out a long sigh. Imam, I'm going to swear you to secrecy in the same fashion that I swore your former captain, in the same fashion I've sworn your parents to. Nothing we speak of here is to be repeated to anyone outside of our meeting. Understood?
There's a brief flash of conflicting emotion, but he swallows it down and nods and says, "My word is my bond, my Sakith."
Good. The fact of the matter is that we've been at war with an enemy that has dared not show its face for close to a year and a half now. We've been flailing, shadow boxing our own shadows out in the rings of Saurus, trying to figure out exactly what's been going on. You wouldn't have heard of it. As a matter of fact, it's something we've kept under tight wraps, at least for the last 18 months. Kith ships of all stripes have been disappearing in ones and twos. Warships, freighters, science vessels, scouts. There's no rhyme or reason as to when they're being hit or where they're disappearing to. It is simply as if they've vanished into thin air. Every now and again, we get word that salvage vessels have recovered what remains of a Kith vessel here or there. It has been agreed by the All-Kith to keep this as classified top secret on a need-to-know basis. And, well, considering you find yourself in your current predicament, it seems that you are learning too late.
Why were we sent out blind, Solomon?
You weren't sent out blind. Your captain knew. He knew of what was happening. But he, I hate to admit, was right far before we had wanted to admit it. He was quick to point fingers at Ulm, at Ulm's pistols, this mercenary group. And there wasn't enough. I'm regretting not putting my weight behind his declaration beforehand. He presented it to the Alkith, and it was rejected. I had him temporarily reassigned to get his mind off of things. I even let him do this, I'm not sure what to call it. A vanity project seems unfair in this current moment to call it, but it did feel that way. I have great respect for the work that your parents have done in service to our kith, but the promise of a second golden age seemed far-fetched at best. But you're telling me that a memory core was recovered, that you've recovered it.
My new ally, Dux Fundaman, they recovered it. They managed to reach it before I did, and now it's somehow grafted itself, at least in part, onto their biology, and it can't be removed, as far as I understand.
A smile spreads across his face. For the first time in this conversation. Maybe the first time you've ever seen him smile. Dux Fundaman. That certainly is an interesting name, don't you agree?
I don't pretend to understand the naming conventions of outsiders, but considering that she has said similar about the Kith system, I think
You're
that
going
people find our virtue names to be strange.
And I'm sure you and I find not having a virtue name would be troubling.
Nod of agreement.
That being said, your first time out in the stars, among the greater dozen worlds, seems to have been exciting, to say the least, if not a little terrifying.
What's more is, Dux has encountered these same people before. I think that this is a greater threat than just Asaurus.
That is where you, I, and the All-Kith finally agree.
Have the All-Kith, surely with Kith Vagarmensky trying to spread their influence to the rest of the world, surely they have some way for us to communicate with the others. If this is a threat to all of humanity and not just Asaurus, it would be unkith-like for us not to try and pursue it, even if it means aligning ourselves with outsiders.
Remind me the name of the largest kith again. I had it written down.
It's Sulain. I'll put that name in here. As well as the other one that Imam mentioned.
Yeah, what was that
big
one?
Kith Vagarmensky.
They're the ones that are fairly warlike, right?
The Vagarmensky are ambitious, argumentative, creative. Their whole thing is that they believe that the best way to expand their power base as a young Kith is to, because they used to be a vassal Kith to another one, then they broke off. They want to expand beyond Saurus.
Okay.
They want to make allies beyond the moons, beyond the sky cities.
Right.
And the others are like, yeah, I'm sure there's only barbarians out there.
Well, and that's where Solomon says, the Alkith have agreed to send out the return call to every operating Kith vessel still in the Dozen Worlds. Last week, the wreckage was discovered of another Kith warship. This warship held Sakith Vagarmensky. It's been confirmed that he is dead. Obviously, you know the implications in the wider reaches that the death of any leader of any Kith has, or all Kith.
Oh, for sure. That was hearing that Imam's eyes got a little bit wider, stood up a little bit taller. The little micro movements of the eyes of disbelief. So, Solomon, Asaketh hasn't died in war since the breaking. That was almost 200 years ago.
He nods. He nods gravely. Which is why, right now, we are asking that all Kith vessels return home to Saurus to be counted, to see just exactly who's missing, and who all is maintaining radio silence for other reasons. Kith Vagarminsky is, well, let's just say their current leader is apoplectic. He's blamed us. He's blamed every Kith on Saurus for their former leader's death. And it's a tenuous time right now. But what I'm hoping is that by recalling everyone, we can settle nerves and we can finally do what your captain asked us to do over a year and a half ago. Point every gun we have towards Olin.
It will be difficult for me to comply with your order, my Sakith.
That's understandable. I am giving you far more leeway than I would a standard expedition. What you have in your cargo, if your mother is correct, may be the key to... I'm not sure right now. But it sounds... It would be foolish not to take every opportunity to get it back here to Saurus to be studied.
What does she think's on it? Yeah, what does she think is on it?
If your mother is to be believed, if he would probably say, if Rachel is to be believed, situated on that memory core specifically is an unwiped memory bank stretching back the last 2,000 years. Now, this is important for external context. Over the past since the Long Night, or what is it called again?
Yeah, the Long Night.
The Long Night. Since the Long Night, most memory cores that are found have been wiped at some point and repurposed, because when they ran out of the way, When they ran out of the ability to make more, that was it. There was no more storage, no more way to add new information to things. So things got cut. So what's being said here is you have an unredacted, unedited record of the past 2,000 years.
So the information here might have something to do with what's going on Ulm.
Rachel's tied it to potentially everything. Being on Aurelia, believe it or not, that planet once was, well, for lack of a better terms, a garden world. Those pockmarked battlefields down below you, they used to be wide open plains. Even more so, where it was situated was believed to be, taking, well, long story short, it's believed to house blueprints of some technology we've had our hands on for a long time, and we're hoping that potentially it will finally show us how to unlock it.
I'll do what I can to get this ship back off the ground, but I'm going to need time for repairs, time to gain crew.
Understood. And as far as crew goes, I am unable to send any ships out to support you in your endeavor. That does not mean that there may not still be Kith allies on the station. I'll call it a station because that's probably the best word he has for it. On the station.
Solomon, if I'm going to get off this planet at any time, I'm going to have to rely on these outsiders.
Then, given your now confirmed promotion to the rank of captain, as well as Knight Courser of the Kinjar Khalid, you are within your maritime and sovereign right on your vessel to decide who is there and who is not. Understand that the people you allow on your vessel reflects upon you as it does me. And I trust that your captain made the correct choice when he made you his first officer, and that you will make the correct choice when it comes to your crew.
All of this probably stuns Imam for a long time, taking it all in and what that means, before he bows his head deeply and says, "In all things, I serve the Kith."
Good. You have our support from afar. Take... I'm sure you're aware of the old stories of the Corsairs, but the Corsairs that used to sail the seas of Caspian all those millennia ago. You are in very much the same boat. Take the crew you need. Take the supplies you need. Do the things you need to do to complete your mission. And if you manage to... I have no doubt you'll make it home. If you need to He's pausing for a moment, trying to choose his words very carefully. If necessary technical skill can only be attained by enticing those members aboard with the promise of a home here on Saurus. We never had this conversation, but you do what you need to do.
I will do whatever is necessary, but I will not bring dishonor to our name.
I know you won't. I must go.
Your word, Sawkith, as he kneels again.
And the hologram fades out. So,
Yeah, he's gonna.
how old is
he's
Imam
going to
again?
20. Maybe?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He's very much a kid as far as a lot of this goes. Give me just 1 sec.
Oh boy, now we have priority 3. Protect the duck.
Protect the car. Yes, protect the cargo. Are you gonna? You're not gonna go. You're not gonna go noble team on me, are you?
Depends. If I've got the mass, I might have to.
True.
But
No.
he's
Yeah.
going to send out a quick message, like call on their Omni hooks, both Dakir and Hasana,
Okay.
and it's pretty much right away when they call, we'll say, "I have news from home. I've spoken with Saw Solomon."
I'm trying to think here. Hold on. Neither one picks up.
Ah, damn.
Dang.
He will.
Yeah,
It's one
go
of
ahead.
those, like, your mom is calling, you don't pick up right away, they call you like 4 more times.
Probably about the second time, you just get a text from Hasana, basically en route. We'll speak with you in person. Dakir does pick up.
Then he'll say,
Yeah. What?
I've just spoken with Saw Solomon.
You spoke. Oh shit! I'm not sober enough for this conversation, man.
Saw
What?
Vargamensky is dead.
Oh shit! Really?
Killed by Ohm's pistols, no doubt.
Okay, I changed my mind. I'm too sober for this. So does this mean we're at war?
The Alkith have ordered all ships to return to Saurus, all agents, all tag teams, everything to return to the Star Sphere.
You know, Captain, I hate being late to the party, but you know that's exactly what we're gonna be.
Which is why Saw Solomon has given me the ability to act with his authority. I am
And
now...
by extension, does that mean me? Does that mean I can run up the ship's tab?
I was about to say, I am now a flag officer on a detached service in a time of war.
Oh, detached service. Is there a particular reason you're using that word?
He is not
Battlestar
currently...
Galactica?
Yes. But also, he is technically on detached service. He is not within direct communication. Like, he has the ability to call back home, but he is in not direct supply line with his government, which means he is technically in a war zone during a time of war.
So his voice gets really soft as you can hear the sound of what sounds like commotion around him, and he goes, "Look, I am trying really hard to make this sound convincing to the people around me right now. So, if I'm a little less polite than you would like me to be, I apologize."
I understand.
Okay, yeah, well, that's a big fucking whoop. I suppose I should start figuring out, as chief overlord of machinery, how to deal with this shit, huh?
Saw Solomon says that there are other Kith agents on the station. While you're out, try to find any of them. I don't care if they're from Kith Khalid. I don't care if they're from Kith Makesh, Kith Akersum, anyone.
Okay, boss, you got it. But I'm gonna probably spend some more time at this bar first. Hey, by the way, send Dux by. I think she'd really enjoy this place.
I'll see what I can do.
Fuck yeah, man.
Be safe.
I would invite you too, but you're not quite old enough to...
It was like, I would invite you to... Clicks off. Probably around the time that he's bumping into Hasana.
Well, I was gonna say, so on the bridge, there is Dux. Dux, I'm assuming you've been waiting around on the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You're kind of bum rushed from both sides as Hasana comes in through the elevator up to the bridge, and Imam steps out of the alcove used for those discussions through the Ansible.
Looking
Dux?
white. Like pale. Imam looks like what we would call, he has a Middle Eastern skin tone. But he looks white as a sheet right now. Like he's either seen a ghost or gotten bad news. Also, BRB super quick.
Yep. Now, Dux, you were there yesterday watching Hasana get patched up by the medbay and listening to the teasing, admittedly one-sided teasing going on by Dr. Aiden Shields.
Yeah.
As more than once she said, "Man, it would just be real easy to take care of this right now." Oh, even better. Actually, I could probably say she's got like a brain bleed or something and then stick a little microchip in her brain. What you think?
Not the Elon Musk treatment, but
What? It'd just be a little right? It would just be a little neural compulsion. Maybe she'd get a little zaps whenever she did things I didn't like. You know, just like a shock collar, but cooler.
Yeah, and in Dux's head, she's, talking to her, playing it cool and joking. I'm like, nah, you don't need to do that. But, like, also the thoughts that she's not sharing with her, she's like, oh god, I couldn't stop her if she wanted to.
And she does make it very clear at some point, look, I'm not a monster, she didn't treat you very nice earlier, and that makes me a little pissy.
Nah. People are jerks. Big deal.
Yeah, but can they not be jerks all the fucking time? Like, can we have, like, maybe 80-20 split or a 70-30 split, you know?
Yeah, maybe it'll get better. I tend to grow on people. I'm alright with it.
Hey, I tend to grow on people too. Like radiation poisoning.
Oh god.
But the Hasana that walks in today, you've seen her in a lot of emotional states, most of them angry or some shade of angry. This one is okay. You're back. Great. This Hasana is like You're pretty sure the word you're looking for is upset. You think she may have been crying at some point. As she steps in and, not looking at either of you, puts her data slate down on the hollow table, the big meeting table right in the center of the bridge. I can't do this. I'm delegating this. I just can't.
Asana,
Yes, Captain.
Saw Solomon has called for a general recall. The Alkith are recalling everyone back to Saurus. Saw Vargamansky is dead.
Who? What?
Killed. His ship was found.
Was
They
it?
believe that it was the pistols. The same people that attacked us.
That's a bad way to go, getting spaced.
I don't need to tell you that a Sawkith hasn't been killed in over 200 years.
I'm aware. All right, I will attempt to get back out there, but I need to hand this off to you. I can't handle this.
Is everything alright? What's wrong?
She presses a couple of buttons on her data slate. I will process the Sawkith being assassinated in a minute. Here's a list, and she throws it up on the hollow table in front of the three of you. It's a list of what looks like names and mech frames, along with short blurbs about each of these people. These are the list of mech pilots. I was gonna go try and talk to them, and I hate
What's
this.
wrong, Kasana?
I can handle Dakir and his asinine pranks. I can handle a ship that is devoid of all life. I am not as capable of being mocked and called a void clown.
I'm sorry that they did that to you.
It is what it is, but here's the list. Chicory, Coriander, these two, they're somewhere in Avalon Park as she pulls up a hologram of a picture of a map. It's not very clear, it's a little fuzzy, but you manage to at least get some of the picture. She points
Thank
out
you for this.
It's fine. She points out Avalon Park. They're a duo. I think a father and a daughter. They come as a package deal, I guess. It's a Drake frame. Whatever. They're here on the port. There's the bit. There is the person that decided to say, Void Clown, go home. Her name is... Nope. There it is. I guess her call sign is Willow. She runs a Baylor mech. It's a terrace mech. I don't know anything about it, but she's stuck in port currently. Some hold up with customs. She's trying to get into the city. I don't care. These are just the people I found that might be open for work. And as she's going down the list, there's a Lancaster, there's a Pegasus, there's a Morning Cloak. They're all serviceable mechs. They all seem to have had at least some combat experience. Dakir was hounding me about when we were going to get the mech bay filled out, so here it is, and I would like to stay here if that is fine.
Of course. Can I ask one thing of you, Sana?
Yes, Captain.
We have been called back whenever possible, but Saw Solomon says that there may be Kith on this station who have not received the All Kith's recall notice. I know that we use secret channels. Send out a message on anything available that I am acting on direct authority of Saw Solomon, and that they need to report here so that they can help us get home. Look into ducks, because what you have may be necessary for us to protect Saurus. I'm sorry that you got pulled into all of this, Ducks.
Well, I needed another ride anyway, so it's alright.
I think and Mom actually kind of smiles at that. You've just found out that you're basically being voluntold to stay on a foreign vessel of a people that you didn't even know existed until a short while ago. And told that you might have stuck in your brain somewhere our planet's only hope to continue our, to you, strange alien regime of clans, I assume. And you're fine with that.
Yeah. She's chaotic neutral for a reason.
No offense to present company, smiling at Hasana. I wish I had an entire Sky City of you.
Guess that could be fun. Maybe.
Help me with this, and I'll see what I can do of having you, if you want, formally brought in to Kith Khalid.
Yeah. Say I'm more of a free spirit, but I do respect the offer. I guess let's see how this goes.
Thank you. When you are ready, we need to venture out and allow Hasana time to... While I might be expecting you to help us save my planet, I'm not about to let you in on all of our intelligence secrets, including what secret radio channels we use. I don't even know those.
I didn't want to... Go ahead.
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. I'm ready to go.
It's okay. I can listen in. I'll grab them for you, Ducks.
Yep, knew you would.
You're talking to her again, aren't you?
No, just thinking.
Is it an off-worlder thing that it's not rude to speak to someone when they can only hear half of the conversation? Looking at Dux, but Dux, you can tell he's probably not looking at you as he's like, I'm trying to
Talk to
wag
Dr.
my
Shields.
finger at Dr. Shields, but I have no idea where she theoretically exists in quotation marks.
Yeah. Dux just kind of chuckles and is like, well, not much choice.
And for Dr. Shields' part, she just looks at you, Dux. She makes the motion of zipping her mouth, locking it, and throwing away the key. With a smile on her face, like, I'll never tell.
Yeah. Dux just kind of chuckles and nods and.
Looking to Hasana, and we thought the Ackersums were trouble.
Yeah. I used to say the same thing about Kith Vagarmensky.
And now look at us. We
I
used to
imagine
laugh at them for wanting to spend all their time with outsiders. Now we have to rely on them.
I imagine they've been pointing a lot of fingers, Captain.
The newly appointed Vagarmensky Gavriel Cunning has apparently blamed every Kith, great and small, at least once. And it is only by some miracle of diplomacy that they have kept the Vagarmensky back.
At that, there's a small smile on Hasana's face as she says, "You and I both know that they would never actually throw punches. We know that what is her name? Kith Vagarmensky. What's her name? Something. Cunning?
His name is Gavriel Cunning.
Gavriel.
I can put that.
Yeah, I've got it written down. She says, I'm not sure how well tied into politics you are, but I happen to know Gavriel on a personal level. He was never... Well, let's just say Stevie's bite is worse than his.
Isn't he my age? It must be hard to already be the Sakith.
Yes. Which is why he's putting on a show of being the big, scary bad man in the room. Because otherwise, you and I both know they would eat him alive. You know Hasana is roughly 10 years older than you.
Yeah, she's somewhere in her early 30s or late 20s.
Yeah.
Perhaps I'm a little naive, but I believe in the better. I believe in the All-Kith. Other than maybe the Ackersums, I don't think anyone is looking at this as an opportunity to gain face.
I am glad you are optimistic.
Fun little lore tidbit I have in here. There is an expression in All-Kith politics. Always an Ackersum. They always push themselves into everyone's business.
Gotta love it. Dux, do I talk to Dr. Shields or do I talk to you and you relay? How does this work?
Is that Hasana asking me that?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Dux just kind of says, well, I think she hears everything, whether you want her to or not. And just kind of a smile.
Hasana raises an eyebrow at that. Blink once if you're in trouble. Blink twice if you're safe.
Yeah, Doug's kind of laughs and goes, well, not sure yet, but seems okay. I mean, I figure if she wanted to do something to me, she would have already done it.
Dr. Shields pouts. That's not nice. Don't be mean to me. I blame it on my socialization or lack thereof for the past 358, 385. I lost count, okay?
Yeah, and in Dux's head, she's like, I get it, but talk to the eye tattoos. It's kind of.
God, I love it. Hasana goes, well, regardless, I do want to thank Dr. Shields for I said thank Dr. Shields for saving my... Am I really about to thank a VI for saving my life?
You don't know. In the future, it might be Mirage.
Thank you, Dr. Shields, for saving my life. You're not sure the emotion that crosses Hasana's face when you say that. You're not 100% sure it's a good thing.
She imagines she's just staring off into space, not really sure where to look as she says that.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with, Mirage. Just, how good is the nanny at surgery?
Probably not. I don't think she's built for that.
That's why, yeah. All right, I will leave the two of you to it, and I will see what allies I can stir up. Oh, and if you do... if you see someone with a Baylor that mocks your uniform and says, Void Clown, go home, that's who you're looking for.
And I will remind them that I am now, for all intents and purposes, a foreign diplomat.
I like the sound of that. You two have fun. Oh, and I will be discussing with Dakir when he gets back about his morning announcements.
Please try not to kill each other.
I will only kill him if he refuses to let me pet Stevie again. Stevie wanted me to pet him. But Dakir was a little... You know what? I'm not having this discussion.
I think
Suddenly realizing
Imam just
what it...
smiles. And there's like, the two of us need to get out there. We also need to see about getting our mech's equipment upgraded. We might be in this for a long haul.
Well, let's go see.
Alrighty. So, where's the first stop? By the way, did both of you have that note pop up?
Yes, the potential crew.
Okay.
Yes.
You will notice they are scattered kind of all around the city. The closest being, yes, Willow.
I think that would be the place to go, probably just because it's the closest.
Don't forget about your meeting with the Everlasting Vigil. They have money
Yeah.
for you.
We will have to go to Vigil HQ.
Yeah. The only reason I say that is it will probably be easier for you when you have money you can spend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's probably like hit the HQ, get our level 1 equipment that we want,
Right.
and then kind of scatter around, do some vibe tests on NPCs.
Fair enough. So, where to first?
To vibe check Willow.
Here, I am gonna do a bad thing. I think it kicked everybody out.
Maybe? I'm still here.
I'm still there, I think. I think-
Um,
It might be one of those it'll tell us to leave.
Oh.
At some point. Maybe.
maybe.
Yep, you have lost connection to the server, attempting to reestablish.
Yeah,
Yep.
same.
I was trying to get an updated picture, and it was like, no, you have to use the old picture. Okay, well,
Critical.
Dad! The game's over! We lost! Damn,
Come on.
bro. That's like so disappointing. I was so close to that W. That victory royale was gonna be mine. Chat, am I
and we are
troll?
back. Alrighty.
So bad
So-
out here, man. Can't have shit in Chicago.
By the way, as you guys do exit, you guys are able to find a kiosk with paper versions of this map. They do look just as grungy as as the one in the game looks.
Yeah, I'd probably tucks one away.
They
Yeah.
are. You can tell, just for nerds' sake, these are printed via lineotype,
Mm.
so they're little dots instead of solid colors.
That's
Okay.
cool.
That is.
Ducks, no crew. You guys have access to the crew page, right? Yeah. You all have
Yes.
observer status. Okay, let me.
Yeah.
Because let's see. Nope, not text. Damn it. Copy. Edit. No. Delete. There's a new picture for Dr. Shields.
Let me do something.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
Let me refresh. And
As
it'll
time
pop up.
has gone on, at some point, yeah, it might help. It should be.
There it is.
Yeah. It took it a second. It's there.
So, as time has gone on, Dux, it seems like Dr. Shields has managed to go through some of her data, at least her internal data, and started piecing some things together. She has slowly become more of a figure, less of a haze, more of a silhouette. Still kind of, how do I put it? it still is kind of a constellation of points, kind of connected by these lines into the figure, but is definitely looking more like a person than it used to.
Yep. Sleep paralysis demon. Great. Shadow in the corner of your eye.
Although she does make the comment, 24 hours ago I would have laughed at your navigator because I have to save her life before she's nice to me, but now I feel kind of bad because she apologized. Actually, she said thank you, which I think is even more difficult for someone like her to say.
Like I said, growth.
Yeah, but look, okay, I was going through my teen years until a couple of minutes ago, so I found the higher function. I found the higher reasoning core tucked away. Okay.
Oh yeah, good for you.
Now I feel bad about joking about spacing Dakir and putting a brain chip in Hasana's head.
At least they couldn't hear you, so it's fine.
Oh, they can't hear me? Oh, shit. I didn't realize that. Wait, does that mean your face is just that expressive? Because they all act like they can hear when I'm talking.
We can hear her. Yeah. Can't respond to that, but you're like talking to Dr. Imam looks over, is like, what's she talking about now?
Character growth, I think.
Tell him I did some growing up in the past few minutes.
Yeah, she's growing and updating, maybe, which is good. Suppose that means keep evolving, right?
Huh. Interesting.
But you guys make your way across. True to what Dakir had said this morning, it's 10C out, which for us normal people, because actually now in my head I can't tell you what 10C feels like. 50 degrees. It's a nippy 50 degrees. Which actually might be a balmy day in Chicago.
Imam's fine. He's got
He's
his
in his uniform.
suit on.
Yeah. Ducks, how you doing in the weather?
So since she did grow up on Plucto, she's probably not very used to any type of cold. It's like those people from Florida and they put jackets on when it's 70 degrees.
Because remind me, Plucto is like a barren, more or less. If you go outside, it has to be an EVA, right?
Yeah. Barren, rocky, and even with...
Hot.
Oh yeah, extremely hot. Yeah. The mines, although terrible and dangerous, are the only thing that kind of fully relieves you from the heat because you're underground.
It has no breathable atmosphere, right?
Probably not, no. So yeah, you're always wearing some type of suit. It's, summer days when you come home and you can just know you've been sweating all day. Average day in the life,
Right.
So, yeah, so up here, yeah, she's probably pulled out some type of jacket or something and putting that on. And, yeah, it's kind of embarrassed, but no, she gets cold very easily, probably.
Big fluffy jacket.
Yeah.
Well, so, true to Dakir's word, it's cold, and it is very foggy. Visibility is, like he said, right around 500 feet. Which means that the berths and the buildings more or less appear in the mist instead of, being off in the distance. You manage to find your way to the Everlasting Vigil's HQ, although you're getting a lot of look. And the people here are kind of all stripes, but all have an overlying, let's say, grunginess to them. Oil stains, grease stains, holes in clothing from welding arcs, all very common. These are working folk.
And I'd
Dux,
say
you
with
feel?
that, Dux pretty much could blend right in. It's
Mhm.
just the fact that she's walking with the guy everybody's staring at.
Dressed in basically a military uniform
Right.
or combat
Or
gear.
a spacer's uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Like
Dux
it's a hard, pressurized suit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, no, Dux is feeling the eyes and just kind of chuckles and goes, maybe I should have let you borrow my jacket. Yeah.
I thought the cloak would help.
It's very
No one
nice.
here is wearing a cloak. It's a very nice cloak. I love it. Sorry.
It is a very nice cloak. And it does cover him very nicely, and it has the Kitklid sigil as its clasp.
But you guys cross the final bridge over to this isolated building. Kind of nondescript, but it does bear the sigil of the Everlasting Vigil. And has guards posted outside. The doors slide open automatically as you walk your way across the rough, cracked concrete. Excuse me a second. Sneezy today. Alright, and step into kind of, if you didn't know any better, this would have been a converted section of terminal hundreds or thousands of years ago. Row after row, or one long row of desk after desk of what looked to be agents taking something from people as they queue up to speak with these desk agents.
Yeah, we will queue as well, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. You get in line. You guys ever had to go at the end of the month to the DMV to try and renew a license?
Thankfully, no, but I get the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except there's no seats. You're standing in line. Someone roll me a d4.
Oh god, that's how many hours we're gonna be here. Well, I'm good at rolling low.
Rolls a 4.
Eight.
It is coming up on your second hour in line when you finally get to the window. There is a figure there, a young man, well, younger man. He's probably in his late 20s, situated in the now familiar Romanesque black centurion armor of the Keepers. He looks up and, name and business.
Khalid Imam Calm. We're here to collect a bounty on Ohm's pistols.
Uh-huh. He taps away on the computer in front of him for a second before he goes, yeah, I see it. I also see you've been parked there for 2 days. It's 150 CD. It's 150 CD a day for parking. Are you gonna pay that or just look at me funny?
Our ship was damaged to the point where it will take several days for us to get it in skyworthy condition.
Look, buddy, I don't make the rules. It's 150 before someone puts a hand on his shoulders. This ancient-looking dude bends down and just loud enough so you can hear, Aquinius, these are refugees. Yeah, but they've still got to pay the... Aquinius, you know there is a moratorium on parking fees for refugees. Oh, come on. Look at this kid dressed in a fucking uniform. You think he's a goddamn refugee? Aquinius, go take a break. Yes, sir. As Aquinius stands up and this figure sits down in his place. My apologies. Sometimes Aquinius gets ahead of himself. He sticks out a hand in greeting to both of you.
Takes it. Probably, I don't know if they would consider it strange or not that the Kith probably do the grab by the wrist, not by the hand.
That makes sense. He offers you, he has no problem with that. As a matter of fact, you almost wonder if he isn't versed in that sort of handshake. Or is at the very least familiar with it. Dux, are you going to give him just a normal handshake?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gives you a
fist
normal
bump.
Gives you a normal handshake. As he, you get a chance to look at this guy, it looks like... How do you put it this way? They talk about the sea weathering a face differently. This guy has the face that looks like it's been weathered by countless storms. Probably late 60s, early 70s. A giant salt and pepper beard. And completely bald. He's probably not wearing his helmet. But these piercing blue eyes that seem as if they, have X-ray vision, looking right through you. Cicero Durio. Pleasure to meet you both. I happened to be up on the tower yesterday and managed to catch a glimpse of your landing. My congratulations to your pilot. I don't think I've seen something like that in a while.
I admit that my piloting skills are half mine and half the work of my art, he says as he holds out his hand and they're halfway between jolts of lightning jumping between his fingers, half like sparkles. As he lets the magic play between his fingers for a moment.
Dux, this is the second time in as many days that you've seen this.
Yeah. Nah, she's staring fully at it this time, so the sense of disbelief kind of washes off, and she's just kind of like, oh god, that was real. But yeah.
I'm guessing you haven't encountered very much magic before.
No.
Go ahead, sorry.
She just goes, no, and shakes her head, just goes quiet.
Dr. Shields, for her part, is sitting on the desk facing the two of you guys. Yeah, no, I can't. I got no answers. Fucking space magic. It's like a bad sci-fi novel. Okay, that's not very nice. It's like a sci-fi novel. I don't know if it's good or bad. Probably because it was written Who knows? She's like, I'm gonna stop putting my foot in my mouth now. I know he can't hear me.
Yeah. Yeah, and Dux is just kind of quiet, still staring at the sparks and being like, huh. It's fine.
She's a little magic phobic. Back in my day, science was science and magic was magic, and magic belonged in books.
Dude, the only reason your people got off their home world was because wizards!
Yeah, but then that kind of all got hand waved.
Dude,
You know what
a
happened.
fucking wizard did it!
Everything's...
Probably run the electric company!
See, 2,000 years ago, they'll say a wizard did this, and then today we go, well, that was probably just really advanced mechanics that we know more about now. So it's science, not magic.
That's fair. They try to explain away magic.
Oh, yeah, every
When they have, like,
civilization tries to
a
explain
lot.
away magic.
Of
Mhm.
proof of magic.
Yeah. Good. But... Well, what you mean the whole fucking... He's got his fists up like he's about to show me how he used to do it in the old days.
What's even funnier is in their case, it's all just they want to look like wizards.
And then you find out, yep, I took 3 levels in Fighter before I took the rest of my levels in Wizard.
Shadow Wizard money.
Comstar approved the expression "pay your fucking phone bill."
True. Okay. But Cicero looks and nods. I understand. Let's just say several of your people have come through these doors in the past 40 years or so. I always find something new to learn from them.
You wouldn't
Alright.
happen to know if any Kith are still on station, would you?
The Windy City is full of 3.7 million individuals. I'm
going to
Okay.
assume that means that if they are, you would have a hard time finding them.
I am saying you could probably look just about any district and you may find 1 or 2. The question is, he raises an eyebrow. Do all of them have the ability to repair a Kith war vessel?
No, but if any do come through here, might I ask something of you?
I will see what I can do.
Any Kith that come through here, tell them that on authority of the All-Kith, they are to report to my vessel. And that a general recall notice has been made by the All-Kith.
Those are grave tidings indeed, considering the messages conveyed by one so young.
I am acting under direct authority of, I can only imagine the equivalent would be here. But the leader of my... He goes to say Kith, and then to probably make it more understandable, my clan.
Your Kith, he nods. Most people will not understand it, but trust me, I am familiar.
Then you probably understand what it means when I say that the All-Kith have made this decision.
Yes. And I am sure they are convening at the Spear now.
It surprises me how much people not
from Soros know about us when we know so little about you?
Trust me, I am unusually gifted in the art of listening when others talk. Most do not have such time. Now, to your bounty. It looks like, from what was collected, he's already counting out bills from underneath the table. Your bounty was 1,000 CD. And he pulls out an envelope from under the table, shows you the bills very privately, just to prove that the amount is there, folds up the envelope, closes it, slides it across the table to you.
He will accept these bills, giving them a curious look.
Don't open that here, he says, leaning against the desk quietly.
Oh.
Don't open that here. Matter of fact, don't put that in your pocket. Hide it somewhere. There are pickpockets around here, and they will not hesitate.
Dux kind of reaches her hand out. I should probably carry it. You're the one they're gonna pickpocket. What with the cloak and all.
Yeah. hands it to Dux.
I'm assuming, based on your age, you are an acting captain. You just got field promoted, so you can say it.
Until this morning.
Understood. Let me give you a little bit of advice. Find some civilian clothing. That armor may protect you in a fight, but you do not want to look like you're ready for a fight here.
He nods.
Hide that money somewhere, like I said. The bandits here are like bloodhounds. Another couple pieces of advice, if I may be so bold. Looking at the two of you now and speaking, leaning across the table, quietly whispering. There are 3 groups here you need to be cognizant of. Stormfront, here. In the North City, Collections, and Southside. Stay away from them. Their jobs are not worth the price of admission, I promise.
Thank you. We'll keep that in mind.
As for, he says, sitting up, jobs, we unfortunately don't have any here on station. Most of ours are down in the are down in the graves at the memorials and on the battlefield. Something that I have a feeling you have no way of getting to and from at this current moment. That's neither here nor there. If you are looking for a bounty, he points out of the line and on the back wall behind you. There is a job board over there full of jobs that are sponsored by the city. Most of them are menial. There is one that may look tempting. I assure you, it is not a good idea for a young lance. Excuse me 1 sec.
What makes you say that?
100 credits a day per mech to patrol Washington Heights. He shakes his head. That's not even going to cover the cost of repairs by the time you're done. Now, he leans closer again. I am not supposed to be telling you this. There is someone that is currently trying to... How do I put this? They do not have proper authority to get into the city proper. This is technically international ground, or at least ground run by us. But outside of O'Hare, that's the city proper. And this person does not have, shall we say, the right identification to get into the city. But I would consider it a favor to myself if someone did help them get into the city and escort them to where they're going. They're holding a sensitive and life-saving package that needs to get to its destination within the next 48 hours.
We can probably do that.
He nods. They're currently at the main gate, trying to argue their way out. Believe me, Baylors are not as intimidating as some people may think. At least not to the Keepers.
Is their name Willow?
That's what they go by, yes. They're somewhat of an odd duck, but they have a good heart.
They've already made themselves known to one of my crew members.
Oh.
Void Clown, go home.
Willow's mouth has always gotten her into trouble. Look, whatever you plan to do about that situation, I understand it is none of my business. But she's got something right now that is more important than any petty or not so petty quarrel.
I have no quarrel with them.
Why? Did this person actually look like a Void Clown? Maybe they were in uniform out on the docks? He says, looking you up and down.
We don't go anywhere without our void suits, because a sudden depressurization in a sky city could mean that you're in an area where all there is the whipping winds.
Well, luckily for you, there how do I put this? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, luckily for you, this city will always maintain 12,000 feet above ground level. No worry of being depressurized here.
Oh, we're within the atmospheres.
Yes.
We're not void-born, but the winds here they're fairly light, all things considered, says with a smile.
That they are. It has a city that is borne aloft on the winds has its perks.
What are the wind speeds?
Right now?
Equatorial jet streams reach over 360 miles per hour.
Yeah, what altitude are the equatorial jet streams at?
Does not say, because there's also the polar stratosphere where they are way, way worse.
So, you're talking about here on Earth, right?
No, on Jupiter.
Oh, on Jupiter. Okay, that makes more sense, because I was going to say, well, here on Earth, yes, they can reach 100-ish miles an hour at a stretch, but that's because the jet streams are made at the point where the troposphere and the stratosphere meet, that little barrier there.
The stratospheric winds on Jupiter near the poles reach 1,450 kilometers an hour, or 900 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Within the Great Red Spot, they are anywhere from 270 to 425 miles per hour.
Yep, trust me, the wind is probably on average 3 to 5 knots. here
Yeah.
on the Indy
So,
City.
so he's got a point where it's like, man, I'm used to crazy winds, man. My planet's fucking trying to kill me.
Yep.
We live in hell. We live in cloud hell. You're from Plucto. You're from ground hell. We live in cloud hell.
True that, yeah.
Any planet or any
Ducks
yeah,
are from Mercury. Hith are from Jupiter.
anyone who's it's a very good sci-fi trope of anyone who's not from Earth probably grew up in some variation of hell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go, oh yeah, Earth is pretty special, pretty rare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I almost forgot. Like I've said once or twice, our jurisdiction does end at O'Hare. So if you do happen to see someone dressed up in Centurion armor, claiming to be a keeper inside the city, maybe asking you to stand over here so they can conduct a search, you see what I'm getting at here?
Yep.
I understand.
Best to stay away, he says with a smile and a wink. And if you do happen to help Willow, I would greatly appreciate it. Tell her that I can't keep... How do I put it? I can't keep covering for her lack of interpersonal skills.
So, saving her ass, basically.
Well, she can take care of herself. Believe me. Her mech is no
Just-
joke.
Oh, sure. Just socially, you mean.
Let's see. Yep. What can I say? She's a best-selling author with writer's block. She's a little frustrated. Don't we all get that way sometimes?
Maybe.
Well, what now? You've gotten yourself 1,000 CD.
Yeah, we're gonna probably go talk to. Because you said the closest one was Willow,
Yeah.
but actually, no. Yeah, we'll follow the advice and go get some regular people clothes. We'll get a fucking I love NYC shirt.
Great.
Dux has regular people clothes, but yeah, you got a blend, guy. You're too fancy.
Okay, you guys going together?
Why not? Honestly, if we're gonna go
Probably.
together.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys make your way. There is one very prominent clothing store back on your guys's when I say your guys's, actually, I should probably do this. Dick Ducks include down so we can see. Let's see here. What's the matter?
Oh, it's not updating my character sheet with my new license level.
Yeah, it didn't do mine either.
I'm going to scream. I think it's a CopCon issue.
If you hit the download button, what happens?
Let's try again. It says imported character from share code. And then it acts like it updates. It says successfully loaded pilot new state. But then it does not have my license level 1 adjustments.
Yeah, mine does the same thing.
Interesting.
I'm going to try delete and regenerate share code.
Okay, yeah, a new share code might help. Let's. Ugh. Okay. So Hasana is where the ship is. I've got Dakir out there just because. Well, not really just because. You'll find out in a minute. Okay. But back on the east side of O'Hare, you guys find yourselves out in front of a fairly large, you want to call it not exactly a yard sale, but definitely an outdoor market, specifically for clothing, right in front of a store called Windy City Clothiers. And you guys notice this because, you see someone familiar looking through the clothing.
Machinist?
Captain, hey, how's it going? He's had a bit to drink.
How are you intending to pay for those?
Oh shit, watch this. All right, okay, I really like this. He pulls out like a black bomber jacket. Okay. And then going over to the outdoor little register they've got there. Hey, can you put this with the other ones I found? Yeah, sure, says the cashier. Okay, great. Here, let me show my friend what I was gonna do. So, you were okay with 3, right? Cashier nods. Okay, yep. And yes, these don't expire until next year. And he pulls out 3 MREs and puts them on the counter.
So that's where they went.
Hey. Am I in trouble again?
No, but I need you to remember that and he leans in closer. We have no way home yet.
I know. I needed a drink, and look, it looks like probably 30% of the people in this city actually deal in cash. Everything else is barter.
You could do some jobs for the city to get the cash to buy things from the 30% of people who do pay cash.
No,
we aren't.
You don't understand. We don't want to look like outsiders. We want to look like we belong here. You want to know why? He says, kind of leaning in just a little bit.
Because they're going to call us void clowns? Or
He-
try to
he
pick
lean-
our pockets?
He leans in, and suddenly his voice is sharp and clear, and his eyes are focused again. Leans into the two of you, and he goes, because I went to the bar this morning to see what kind of services we could get. Do you want to know how much union labor is going to cost us to fix this ship? Unacceptable. Do you know how long the wait list is to get our ship into service if we went through a union contractor? Take a
How
guess.
much?
Take a wild guess.
More than the Kith Khalid could make in an entire year.
Well, even if they took us because we are Kith and they don't want to touch our shit, if they wanted us, it was going to cost $250,000 CD, and we'd be sitting on a 6-month lead time before they could start.
That's just kind of
Mhm.
typical.
So, I have been putting on my best impression of someone who actually belongs here and someone who might be worth getting a shit to know. aka somebody with a loose mouth and seemingly deep pockets. We're gonna have to use scab labor. And I'm sorry to say it, we're gonna have to venture into the city to find technical experts because the scab labor around here is fucking. I trust them to patch the hull. Fuck, I even trust them to stick around so I can show them how to replace a bulkhead without fucking it up. Some of them, a few. But they're not gonna do it if they think we're these prissy outsiders.
All right.
Hey, he says, you know I grew up on... Shit, what's it called? It's not the flotilla, it's the little graveyard of...
Yeah, the
Garish.
the space hell of our own devices.
Yes. You know
Yeah.
I grew up on Garish. Everybody had to fucking help one another. This place is a lot the same. Lady up there, she'll take your MREs, she'll take your money. You know what else she'll do? She'll take you fixing that broken machine back there. That stupid piece of shit I worked on for half an hour and still can't get unstuck. Any little bit helps. That's how these people survive. What, you think they make enough money to pay their electric bill every month? No. The husband's a plumber who works on the bill collector's plumbing every month, which cancels out his electric debt. How do they afford this building right here? Well, their cousin is friends with the tax collector for the city, who manages to cut him a sweetheart deal because that cousin can get him things whenever he needs to. This entire city is built on favors, barter, and a whole lot of alcohol.
Very different to the Kith.
I'm just saying it like I see it, Captain.
No, I
So-
know you are.
Now, he leans back, putting back on his drunk face. Okay, I was looking for something for Hasana. She didn't strike me as a dress person, and I felt it was probably gonna be a little pervy if I asked her what her dress size was. But let's be honest,
He
girl
probably
needs regular clothes.
opens up his Omni hook and sends crew information to him, which probably does have things.
He's looking at it and he goes, I didn't want to know all of it. You know what? I'm gift mouth horse.
Just get her something nice, and don't tell her that I told you to do that. She's having a very bad day.
Oh, what happened? Did Stevie... I tried to keep Stevie away from her. I know she doesn't like dogs.
One of the locals called her a void clown.
Fuck. That's all it takes to get under her skin? Sorry, that wasn't very nice.
She's like me. She's
How's
not
that?
used to being around people who aren't Kith.
I forget that, Captain. Dux, you're gonna have to take care of our captain for us. Make sure his feelings stay intact.
That's alright. We'll get him toughened up.
And Mom probably looks to the shopkeep and is like, my friend here says you have a machine that's damaged.
What? Oh. Yes, my sewing machine's broken again. I was gonna get Larry here to look at it next week, but she starts going on about the
Yeah.
side quest that is running a clothing store.
If I were able to repair the machine, would that be able to pay for a set of clothing for myself?
If you can fix it, you can take whatever you want off the racks.
Do you mind if I take a look at your sewing machine?
Suit yourself. Jerks a thumb towards the door, the open front door of Windy City Clothiers. It's on the west wall. You can see it. It's in a million pieces. Dakir gives a sheepish grin. Hey, I didn't break anything. I just couldn't figure out how to put it back together.
Well, let's see if anything of Dad rubbed off on me.
I'd like to go in and try to fix it using Hacker Fix.
Okay.
Please, God, it would be really fucking funny.
And Dakir probably looks at Dux. Hey,
That's
you should
pretty
get some.
good.
Oh yeah, that's a success.
Nice.
He probably looks at Dux and says, "You should grab something for yourself too. I mean, when's the last time you were able to find a place that sold gently used clothing?"
Meh. I'm pretty casual. But she does kind of look around, I guess.
You could get yourself a thicker coat.
Yeah.
You've been shivering like a baby bird. Calling from inside the store.
Thank
you. What does Lo have in terms of clothing? I'm assuming it's just that tank and then the jacket.
Yeah, tank. She probably has cargo pants, a lot of pockets. Backpack with tools and lots of things in it.
He leans in and he goes, "Look, layers are your friend. Grab a t-shirt, grab a sweater, something you can put on underneath."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she's looking around. Yeah, she's not really a sweater type, but she probably finds something. She likes the bomber jacket, so she's looking for something like that. Probably finds something thick. And yeah, maybe a loose long sleeve something too to go under it. So
One with the little turtleneck. Sorry. I knew what I was starting. I'm sorry.
I tried to lean away from the mic when I did it.
That just blared across.
I was still in my seat. I probably, thinking about it, I probably should have done this.
Uh-oh.
No, that was, I stepped to the other side of my room.
Oh, okay.
Oh god, he's gonna do it again.
Scream.
That'll wake up the neighbors.
Fucking Mel Blanc, Looney Tunes scream.
What was I going to say? Oh, so yeah, that sewing machine. At the end of the day, a part is a part, and if it's broken, it looks broken. So when you're continuing to pull the machine apart, Dakir didn't even manage to get it all the way apart.
I just kind of gave up.
Yeah, there's a lot of fine machinery on this. It doesn't help that you notice he also left it plugged in. You're starting to think that your machinist may be lacking a little bit in the details department in some scenarios. Like, I mean, think about it. He went to the bar specifically to ask about finding, good crew, cheap crew, or, timely repairs, and knows enough about these kinds of places to know that barter is, well, to quote our palette from the first microscope, barter supremacy is rule of the day, but not enough to know that you should probably unplug your electric sewing machine before you start tearing it apart.
Mm-hmm. That's a near miss.
Oh God. I'm so tired of stupid near miss bullshit. Anyway. We're not talking
I
about
can
work
hear
at not
how
work.
tired you are. Just the oh god.
We got a talking to again last week about
Near misses.
to get your hour lunch once a month every week. We need to have a near miss put in the system. I don't give a shit, guys.
Hey, everybody home safe. Come on now.
Okay. The next recordable we're gonna have is 57-year-old Larry, who blows out his knees stepping up onto a jig at some point.
We talked. Someone did that.
That's why I'm mentioning it.
Yeah,
You
we
out
talked.
there,
Someone
knee?
said that and stuff.
And it the shit happens, which is why it boggles my mind when suddenly we go, well, what are we gonna do to make sure this never happens again? I don't know, fire all the 57-year-olds with bad knees? Oh wait, that's half
can't do
of your
that.
right, because you wouldn't have anybody left.
Oh, see, I was thinking you can't do that. That's age discrimination.
No, we would shut down.
Oh, fire at will. Sorry, hire at will. What is that called? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right to work or whatever the fuck.
There you
that
go.
shit.
Yeah.
So, but no, it turned everything that is recordable turns into how do we make sure this never happens again? And the answer is 9 times out of 10, pull your head out of your fucking ass.
Yeah.
Stop being stupid.
Well, that might be something that Imam could say about Dakir not pulling the plug on that. He's not going to say that out loud,
Yeah.
but he will take this machine apart, completely apart, find what the problem is, and see if it is something that can be fixed.
There is a piece, a spring, as a matter of fact, that looks like it's been used and worn out. The easiest answer is you go through the collection of other springs that came out of your sewing machine, find one that's in better shape, and swap that one with the other one. You put it together, and it runs just fine.
Which is probably exactly what Imam does, is he finds a spring in a far less critical part, probably like a spring that came out of the folding mechanism. Because I imagine this is like a foldable sewing table.
Yep.
So if it's probably not getting folded shut a lot, it might not even need that spring.
Look, judging by the imprints on the floor, this thing probably has not moved in a generation or 3.
So yeah, that makes it super easy to find just what to take and cannibalize. Puts it back together, gives it a small test run.
Seems to be working now.
Smiling back at the owner.
Hey, thank you so much. That means I can finally call Tracy back over and I can get that so I can do the trailing off.
Yeah. You're most welcome.
Hey,
I'm
come
being
back
very
anytime. You're
polite.
always welcome. And
If that's all, and he'll start looking for clothes for himself.
you see that Dux has found some things for herself.
Is it all right if I pay for my friend's clothing as well?
Be my guest.
Thank
Nice.
you.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. We help each other out here.
I'm glad to see that your courtesy extends even to strangers, friend.
Didn't you know a stranger's just a friend you haven't met yet?
Kind of gets a smile as he considers that and then nods. That's a good expression.
I thought so. So, what do you find for yourself?
It's probably something that's... He's probably just drawn towards colors like the deep greens and oranges that tend to be Kithkalid's colors. But something simple.
Yeah.
Probably some like cargo
Metallica band
pants.
tee.
I'm with stupid t-shirt that points towards
Dr. Shields, wherever Shields is.
yeah. Cargo pants, a long sleeve shirt, a pocket like one of those cut off vests with all the pockets that goes over it.
Oh yeah, I get you.
The shirt probably has a high neck, kind of like a turtleneck.
Okay.
And it's one of
Grab
those
it.
miracles where it fits. It all fits.
Oh yeah, and even if it wasn't, you think you'd be able to get away without free alterations?
Probably. Hey, I saved your entire fucking business, woman. Give me some shit for free. Now!
Perfect. Well, Dakir has picked out some stuff for himself. He's paid for the pile of clothing he's got at the register, and he's looking over in the section of dresses. And he's like, do you have like the that part of the questionnaire we had to fill out before we got on the ship about our favorite colors and shit like that?
Does he within his Omni hook?
I mean, he does, but do you?
Why
Is that
are you
wise?
asking for something so specific, machinist?
Okay, well, this matches her eyes, but I don't know if she likes green. Or is it gray?
I want
No,
to read
I'm
a
trying to
situation.
What's that?
I want to read a situation.
Okay.
I want to see what it like. I'm going to look for the subtext or motives in his being so.
It is green. They are green. They're very
preoccupation with this.
like an olive green.
I think that's a basic success.
Beats it.
So yeah, what's up with that? So you guys keep catching feels?
Oh god, that would be a... We've just got this whole enemies to lovers romance subplot
that's
boiling
kind of what I'm
over.
like. 24 hours and they're already enemies to lovers? Damn, they speed running.
He's like, you told me to get her something nice. Unless this is not what you meant. Because this is what I thought you meant.
Takes a breath
I wasn't gonna judge.
Looks back at him, says, I meant that if I didn't know any better for a moment, I thought you might have had feelings for her. Talking about her eyes, asking what her favorite colors are.
I was actually just trying to bullshit you, but now I'm wondering... Are you jealous or something?
Love triangle.
Yeah. Like, looms in front of him, this guy who is probably way older than him.
Yes.
It's like, I am a detached naval officer at a time of war. I am invested with certain powers right now that I don't think you want to be testing with that, machinist. Just to see how he reacts to that shift.
Oh, hold on. I need to think about this for a sec.
He's like, sorry, man, that's okay, don't fucking kill me, man.
I need you to make me roll a d20, I guess. This is going to be a difficult check. Unless you have something to add to the situation, because you're trying maybe not trying to intimidate him, but
charm?
by
Or
looming
take
over
control?
him, maybe take control. I'd
Use
accept that.
Take control.
presence of will to take control of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, 16 does beat the difficult DC of 15.
That's pretty good roll.
He goes, man, I was just joking, okay? I get it. You got a lot of responsibilities, and you're not the kind of person to play inter-office politics romance. I'm sorry. That was a bad joke on my part.
And then Imam slowly gets this like little kid smile, leans in a little closer so that just Dakir can hear him, and goes,
Gotcha.
You dick! I'm not falling for that again.
no, you will. As he stands back up and admires his new clothes and probably a little dusty mirror.
So I take it that's a no on you telling me what her favorite color is, huh? Just find her something nice.
Find her something nice.
Let's
I don't
see.
know. Use your intuition.
Well, this gray here matches her personality.
Nice.
It's the same color as her uniform.
Which we don't want. Docs, help me out here. Help this poor man.
Mm-hmm. Go with the green. It does match her eyes. Not a dress, though. Not that type.
What's wrong with the maxi dress? Too much shoulder?
Just kind of rolled her up because she knows she'd feel the same way if someone got that for her. Because think more practical, nice.
Stun dress. Got it.
Well,
I'm joking. No,
Just
not funny. Okay.
don't get mad if she gets mad.
Captain, she's always mad.
You keep giving her reasons to be mad.
Okay, I admit that maybe the morning announcements had been a little overkill this morning, but I had to suffer that through the entire 3-month fucking voyage here, okay? Maybe I just wanted a little bit of normalcy, to distract me from the fact that all my friends are dead.
I understand. That's why I'm not mad. And the two of you are always at each other's throats, and it makes it harder for me to do my job, which now has gotten a lot more complicated.
Why? They took away all the red tape.
Because now we're on a timetable.
You're right. Look, I'll come back and finish the shopping later. Yeah, I suppose I should go back to trying to find some people to work the hull. What budget is the ship getting to hire people?
As long as we don't run out of supplies until we can get the ship actually up and running, we're going to be doing mercenary work more than likely. We need to actually meet with potential additions to our lance.
Well, okay. Ship work is probably the one thing here where barter is not going to cut it. Because everyone that does ship work knows that ships have money, and if you're here on the Windy City, Well, I think we're the one exception to it. But Chip's paying CD. Now, union wages are 1 CD a day per worker. I'm not going to be able to get scabs anywhere near that price, but I imagine I could probably get 10 people for 3 times that.
We currently have, what was it, 1,000?
Yeah.
We currently have 1,000 at our disposal from the bounties we picked up for all of the pistols.
Fuck. Looking back in the direction of the Kinjar, I can probably have the hull patched and holding air. Give me 200 of that, and I can hire, let's say, 20 people in 3 days worth of.
I will give you what you need for that.
Mm.
Trust you.
Understand that means I'm going to be burning through most of our stores because we don't have nearly, well, we don't have enough spare plating to fill the massive fucking hole in the ship. And I'm going to be trading off as much non-critical machinery as we have for the rest of it.
I understand.
Okay. Just as long as we're on the same page, so when you see people walking off with things in broad daylight, understand that they're supposed to be there.
Just make sure that you're not getting people who will take advantage of that.
I've got turrets. I know how to use them.
I hope you don't have to.
Hey, I checked in with the relevant authorities this morning. That entire pad that we're landed on, that's considered our territory. We can do whatever we want to trespassers.
God, I love Castle Doctrine State.
Jesus.
God, I love this planet. Planet that's made by war.
Just as long as we don't get too crazy on the collateral.
Yeah, obviously that was me out of character.
Oh, yeah.
But I do love war. I love killing people. I love destroying other cultures.
Oh, God.
But, it probably something like, just don't go pissing off all of our neighbors.
No. They're my next stop for today. I will come back and finish clothes shopping after I feel less bad about the shape I'm leaving the ship in. Who knows? Maybe maybe they'll be willing to stick around for a horror movie night tonight.
Maybe. I don't know when Dux and I will be back to the ship. We have quite a few people to interview.
Oh, I'm sure you do, but you know, it is what's that? Oh, sorry. It's 10 o'clock right now, so you got plenty of time.
True.
While y'all are talking, Dux has
Yeah.
pulled out the envelope and already counted the bills to hand them over.
Oh, perfect. He takes him and goes, "Oh, they left us fucking 20. All right, I'm gonna have to go break this."
Yeah.
Hey, have you guys figured out what fucking CD stands for yet, by the way?
Something... something denomination? Credit denomination?
Fuck if I know, it's not marked on the bills.
Who knows with outsiders?
For once, Captain, I agree with you. No offense. looking at Dux.
I prefer bartering. Money's just paper. Important paper, I guess.
You know, uh, money is easy to move around and launder. If I steal 100,000 CD in gold bars, someone's gonna look at me funny when I try and pawn it off the next day. But 100,000 in bills? That shit's easy to launder.
True.
Although, you could shave the bars down. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Already thinking of elaborate schemes of shaving down gold bars into smaller ingots, taking the shavings and melting those down into new bars,
And then I'll mail that box to myself.
and smash it with a hammer.
Yes.
Okay. So, it is currently 9 o'clock. I feel bad having people stay up late on a school night, especially knowing how early they get up.
I'm
Yes,
fine
I'm
with us
joking.
ending here for now.
Okay. Is it not a school night for you, Lo?
I'm not in school. Like,
Does it
well, I
really
mean,
feel like you're getting paid to go to work, though?
I do be getting paid. But,
Doesn't it some days it feel like you're back in high school?
yeah.
He
Kinda.
said this, she said that. I'm not gonna do it because I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
Me.
Pretty much.
See, the difference is I can just go hide in a conference room for a little bit, and then it's fine. The silence comforts me.
That is the one good thing about having to work 12-hour shifts on a Sunday.
Mhm.
There's no one there to bug me.
Yeah,
I get my shit done, and I go home.
no, that's totally fair, yeah.
Yeah. Even when I was working every other Saturday, that was the good part, was it was like me and one other person.
Ugh. Yep. Okay. Well, we're gonna get some sign-offs then, I suppose. Start with, oh, actually, we've got an end... We've got a short end flashback here. Ducks!
Yep.
The only time Plucto's surface gets any sort of relief is also the time you least want to be out there. And those are dust storms. You can barely see the hand in front of your face, but you know this is the best opportunity you have for what you want to do. Which, I think in this moment, at your age of, how old were you, 15?
So,
You're gonna steal a mech. A
Oh.
Lucky Star mech specifically.
yes.
And you know that the IR cameras can't see through dust clouds nearly as easily as people want to believe they do.
Mhm.
So, you've crawled your way under a fence, snuck your way across this lot. You've already picked out the mech that you wanted for yourself. What is that mech?
Hmm. Hard to say. Hang on. Oh, my stuff is glitching. I'd say at the time when she did that, she was about 14, so probably. She's been working with Gramps for a little bit, but she doesn't know everything, so really it was the biggest one with the most probably attachments, rudders.
You found a Barbarossa. A Barbarossa.
Yeah.
You knew it the moment you wanted it. Literally the biggest mech ever produced. This thing stands literally head and shoulders above the rest. You make your way down. You make your way up to It's massive footprint. We're talking, ooh, probably 25, 30 feet wide.
Yeah. And Dux just
And-
kind of goes, "Oh yeah, this is the one." It's just all arrogance in this moment.
Climbing up the access ladder on this thing. It's not a lift or anything like that. It's an external ladder you have to climb all the way up. This thing is probably, Rowan, you know better than I would. How tall are these? Is a size 3 mech?
A size is about a story.
I was gonna say, so
A
this thing is
size 1
roughly,
mech is around 12 to 15 feet tall.
yeah. So this thing is roughly 35 feet tall. So you make your way up and haul yourself up onto the pride and joy that makes the Barbarossa a Barbarossa, which is the giant shoulder-mounted rail gun attached to this frame.
It's a starship size grade weaponry.
You remember your Gramps saying something along the lines of, most companies will take mechs and see what weapons they can stick on it. Not Harrison Armory, or not it's not Harrison Armory. It's I'm pulling up my notes. 2 seconds. Nope. It is, yeah. Omicron. That's right. Only Omicron would look at a mech and go, no. We're going to take a gun and build the mech around the gun. But that's exactly what you find yourself in as you jimmy the latch open. Shimmy the latch open.
Jimmy!
You shimmy it open and squeeze your way through the tight hatch into the cockpit of this thing.
Mhm. Yeah. So Dux probably gets to work taking some panels off, hot wiring, basically, this huge war machine. And just messing around, clicking everything she can, and just trying to get it to work.
And there's a spark, and ta-da! You have lights. And console. And it's asking for a password. Who puts a password on their Mac?
Yeah, so when she sees that, it's a little confused, but not necessarily deterred. He probably has some kind of gadget or something with her that she could try. What are those things called? It's I don't know what they're called, but like hackers use them. It's like the number generator thing that does all the sequences rapidly.
Oh, kind of a brute force.
Yeah, that's what she had at the time. So she's trying to get that plugged in and see how that goes.
Gotcha. Tell me, because you know how this story ends, you've probably got it in your mind's eye. I don't necessarily. You tell me how this ends.
Okay. So she gets it. She uses the decoder, whatever you want to call that. And she does manage to get in. However, while she's been tinkering and doing all these things, she's never piloted one before. And, of course, she picked the biggest, craziest one in the middle of a dust storm. So you can imagine bad visibility and understanding the controls, but not necessarily, it's like when you're learning how to drive a car. The first time you're in it, your parent puts it in park and they're like, okay, press the accelerator. And you press it all the way to the floor. And they're like, yeah, don't do that. So she does that, but there is no in park at that point. She had just put it in, I guess, go mode maybe, but and then hiked those thrusters all the way up, grabbed the throttle, and just boom, thinking, oh yeah, piece of cake.
And immediately trip over a size 1 mech.
Yes. Yeah. Causing, a lot of collateral damage. She can't see. The visibility is really bad. Not to mention, she's moving with way too much force and not necessarily maintaining balance. So, not good. She even takes it a step further. Tries to lift off, basically. Because that one can fly, right? And so she's trying to get it up in the air, thinking, oh yeah, if I'm in the air, I won't hit stuff. And that does not work.
Just the building in front next to the parking lot.
That she can't see. So it's pretty bad. She goes, I don't want to say not completely rams it, but might as well have, honestly.
It's just a 200-ton mech.
Oh yeah, collateral damage, but huge explosion. Basically it's like you rammed your car into a brick wall type of thing, but especially since she's going full force on the controls. At that point, she pretty much knocked herself out. And there's fire, and people are... I'd say at this point, the Lucky Stars probably realized what was going on due to the crash and the craziness, so they're trying to...
Overload. Emergency shutdown initiated. Warning. Railgun. All up.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Just some of the things going through the cockpit in this energetic but wee dance that follows.
And so she wrecked herself pretty bad. So she's kind of going in and out of consciousness at this point. But she can hear the blares and the lights. Oh, she's got lights. All the lights are on at this point. All the warning lights and all of that stuff.
Like the reactor. Go ahead.
Yeah. There's fire. You've got, all your oil and fluids and stuff dripping into the areas where they're not supposed to go. So you're getting all the sparks, mini explosions, things like that. And like I said, the actual Lucky Star members are probably coming outside the building from wherever they're at. I assume there's a door back there. It's their building, so they're coming out. They're shouting and other things. And I figure, not knowing that there is a child inside, they make the assumption that it's some sort of big attack or terrorist type thing, or just an extremist, honestly. So they get their weapons and their mechs, the ones that were not stepped on, and they proceed to attack for thinking it's in self-defense at that point. And it kind of is, because she did hit the building, but so it's pretty much all out. They're shooting, they're attacking, and they're probably also screaming over the radio, like, stand down, blah, blah, blah. And at that point, like I said, like she's in and out of consciousness. She's getting hit by stuff, and one of the Lucky Stars, very much jumps the gun and goes straight for the cockpit. And at that point, she completely blacks out.
I was going to say, the last thing you probably remember as your vision fades into blackness, if I may.
Yeah.
You remember the cockpit opening, the feeling of the fierce gale snuffing out the fire inside the cockpit. As you see in his vac suit, the same Lucky Stars member that was in your grandfather's shop on that day. And I think, unless you have anything else you'd like to add.
Nope, that's pretty good.
Alrighty. We will end it there. So, let's start with sign-offs. Go ahead, Rowan.
Hi, ho, friendolas. My name is Ron, otherwise known as High Car. Me here today playing Khalidi Mom-Com, who's not very calm right now because everything's falling apart around him. It's getting really bad. He's gotta go home. He's gotta go home. Call Mom. It's bad. But he has to bring this crazy person home, talks to themselves because they got a crazy doctor in their brain. You can also find me here this Saturday for the season finale of Lance of Lazarkid, where I play Archer Tiller, who also is just call Mom. It's bad. Because, you know, the corpses are getting up and walking around. It's it's so crazy. Isn't that crazy? Every other Saturday, you can find me in Napple 2.0 hour or 2.0, where for a little bit while longer, I'll be playing Tariq Badubara, who's a bit of an animal, you could say. But, speaking of animals, sure got dog walked last session. That was rough. That is it for me. Always leave them wanting less.
Go right ahead, Lo.
Yeah. All right. This is Lauren or Low at Lowwit36 on Instagram. Yeah, playing said accused crazy person. Hopefully not, really. And yeah, getting used to the voices in her head, if you will, and getting adjusted to that. Getting ready to venture out. She definitely blends in with this crowd, but she knows, yeah, they've got their work cut out for them. So we're gonna see what's.
Alrighty. And I guess that brings it to me. Hello, everybody. My name is Sarah Smith. Today you caught me running Echoes of Kosmos on Saturdays. Yes, you can find me playing a character for once in Napple. But other than that, I think what are we getting out of here on? Nobody died.
R.I.P. Vagarmensky?
Oh, I did. Someone did die. I forgot. What's his name again?
Vagarmensky.
Vagarmensky. Okay. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Vagarmensky.